All right, Brendan Taylor here, True School Sports. I'm with one of boxing's best kept secrets, but hopefully not for too much longer, because we don't want it to be a secret. Trigger Tre'Sean Wiggins, what's up, champ?
What's up, my brother? What's up? Long time no see.
Good to see you, man. I know it's been a little bit of time. I know you had a crazy fight recently. A lot of people, it wasn't on like a big time platform, but if they see the fight, they're gonna see that it was one of those fights.
Yeah. Technically speaking, the WBA, they said that they was gonna try to put it in for like one nominated for one of the fight of the year. So hopefully that works.
Yeah, that fight was against Dakota Linger. For those that don't know, Dakota Linger, he's one of those like real tough gatekeeper guys. He's upset a couple prospects and some contenders here and there. Talk about that fight, Tre'Sean, because a lot of people may have not seen that fight. What's your perspective on the fight now that you've had some time to think about it?
Honestly, man, it was tougher than we knew he was tough. Let me not discredit him. We knew it was tough. I took that fight because he was tough, because it was in my hometown, man. You know what I'm saying? So I could have went an easy route, but I decided, me being the warrior I am, and I chose to take that tough fight. And man, when he fought all those other guys, man, those was like 1 week notice, 2 week notice. He had a whole 6 weeks to get ready for us. And he was way faster than I thought, way stronger than I thought, and relentless, bro. But I was pitching the shutout, man, in the first half of the fight until I got caught behind the head, and a weird thing happened to me, man. An unfortunate thing where I was like, I don't know, I thought my feet were my hands. It was weird. It was a weird thing, and I never felt it before. And I knew I was like, all right, let me just get through this round. I'll recover. When I got up off the fourth to go into the fourth round and I still wasn't recovered fully, I started to panic. I'm not gonna lie, because I've never had that before. Usually I go to the corner, they refresh me, I'll be, man, boy, and then he wouldn't stop punching. He would just like kept going nonstop. But I showed the true heart of a champion, man, and I bounced back and I showed him.
Yeah, no, you definitely did. I remember, I think a day or so after, I had seen some highlights on Instagram, and I said, what fight is this? Like, what fight is this? Like, a little crazy to me. But what you won in that fight, that's your fourth stoppage victory in the last 5 fights.
Right.
And you don't have the reputation for being a puncher, but you're getting these stoppage victories now in this latter stage of your career. So why is it that now at 33, 34, 35, you're starting to get these stoppage victories?
Man, listen, I'm dialed in, man. I'm dialed in. I mean, I've been focused before, but now I feel like I can't leave it up to the judges. I'm at that point in my career where just the victory ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? Unless I pitch a complete shutout, which at this stage of boxing is probably unlikely because everyone's good.
So and it's hard.
I gotta put them out. I gotta put them out, man. And that's just where I'm at. So we beefed up the training. I'm training nonstop hard. And I'm knocking out the next 5 people.
Well, as far as what could be next, because that's the important thing. I know back in 2023, we had that infamous interview at the WBA convention where I was pressing to get brought up at Dozer right out while you were sitting next to him. That was a lot of fun, and shout out to the WBA. But are they gonna rank you now? Like, because you were inactive, which is why you got pulled for the rankings. Has there been any discussions about ranking position?
I was hoping so. That was the purpose of me taking the Dakota fight and fighting for the NABA gold belt, because that was the only title that was that was available at the time, because Greg Outlaw ended up fighting for the title that I had.
Correct.
And he ended up getting ranked, but I didn't know who he fought, but he ended up getting ranked in the top 15. So they told me that my best bet is to go after they can make that fight happen. But that's not a fight I'm interested in. Me and Greg are cool, and I don't even think that that's a fight that he would be interested in either. So that's pointless. You know what I'm saying? They told me if I was going to get ranked in the top 5 or top 10 or top 5, that if I would have to get that title back. But I had that title for 3 years, and I barely scratched the surface. Correct.
And you with you having that title, I mean, I know there's a lot of I've looked at NABA rankings and whatnot, and there's some names, there's some guys that were if you were to fight them and beat them, all of a sudden you're gonna get on a lot of people's radar. Right. Raul Curiel is a name.
That's what I wanted.
That's what you want.
That's what I wanted, and I was like, that's the fight to make, honestly. You know what I'm saying? In the NABA, he's like under me, and then in WBA regular, he's like number 3. That's perfect for both of us. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, but You know how it go, man. You know how it
Yeah,
go.
it's tough. I mean, he's got in this situation, he's got the backing with the Golden Boy Promotions behind him, and he's a Mexican Olympian. He's
Wait,
got
he's with Golden Boy?
huh?
He's with Golden Boy.
Raul Curiel, yeah, he's a Golden Boy fighter.
Thanks for that information, man, because I was under the impression he was with Jake Paul for some reason.
Jake, no, he's a Golden Boy fighter.
Awesome.
He had the fight with I don't know if you saw, he had the fight with Alexis Rocha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both Golden Boy fighters, so
Yeah.
that was a close. I mean, that could have went either way. They could. He has that rematch in his back pocket, so they might not want to go the route of fighting a guy like you, who doesn't have the biggest profile as of yet.
Right.
But we'll see. Another name, and I know we've spoken about this, and I've even actually spoken to this fighter about it before. I messaged him one time about it. Is Blair Cobbs. He said he doesn't know who you are and this, that, and the third. He's ranked right there next to you in the NABA rankings. You're the champion, right? And he's number 2.
Right, bro. Listen to me, man. When I tell you, he knows exactly who I am. At the Adrian Broner fight, I was there, and then I'm like, bro, he was like trying to be buddy with me. Like he knows exactly who I am, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like so weird. He's acting that way, and I'm like, he's trying to act like he's this big shot star. I'm like, bro, you're in the same position I am, technically speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like you spending all your little dollars going to all these press conferences, hackling people. You got to be broke by now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not really. I wanted to fight him. I didn't want to fight AB after they tried to give me AB after he lost. I don't want that fight. That's stupid for me. Huh?
Yeah.
I want the guy that beat him.
Yeah, I was both on Don King. I mean, so you're not in the same promotion,
Right. Man, so. Listen. Yeah, they got other plans for everybody, but me, man. I tried to prove my worth. It didn't work. So, I mean, shout out to them though, man, because I wouldn't have had the, you know what I'm saying, the wins
platform.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm thankful for what they did for me, but it's on to the better things, man.
On the bigger and better things. All right, so yeah, I would like to see. I really want to see the Blair fight because I feel like a lot of the names that Blair wants to fight, and I know how Blair thinks. I like Blair. I know how he thinks. He wants the big names because he sees himself as a mega attraction. So he wants to fight guys that have a big profile because he sees himself there, which is fine. Believe in yourself, but still be a little realistic. Like I feel like you and him is a fight that makes a lot of sense.
Right. I just feel like, bro, you couldn't get an AB out. AB is AB, but man, he ain't the AB that you know the AB that
the can man.
Yeah, you ain't the can. He wasn't the can man. You dropped him in whatever round it was, but it was like 2 minutes and something seconds on there. You should have been able to finish him. Broner don't survive that fight if I heard him like that. Period. That means you're not a puncher. I just don't think that he got what it takes, man. And he's talking like he's a big shot when he's not. I would fight him easily. That's the perfect fight to make.
I love that fight. Hopefully, someone, I don't know who. I mean, you're not with Don King no more, right? And,
no,
I don't believe he is either. So
yeah, I'm with Hard Hitting Promotions as of right now. So
I know Hard Hitting Promotions. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully that's fight that can happen. But even if you can't get Blair, I mean, there's plenty of other names. You got like Marquise Taylor. You got him. That's the name. Yeah. Abel Ramos.
Yeah, man. Listen, you of all people know me, man. I'm ready to. I want to smoke with any and everybody.
Well, it's like I told you recently, like a lot of there's been a big thing in boxing about Jaron Ennis and Eddie Hearn has been saying that guys don't want to fight him, and it's like that's not true. I know a guy. I have a whole compilation of a guy. All he could say was boots. But what I realized, Tre'Sean, about you is because when your name has come up, when I brought up to other people, I feel like your record works against you sometimes.
Yeah.
You feel like with the 5 losses on your record that people would be dying to fight you. But I've had people tell me like, no. He already has 5 losses. So if I beat him, what does that do for me? And this, that, the third. And
so that's where I've been trying to gain. You know what I'm saying? I've just been trying to keep my head down, just keep winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the mindset, and my team is in the mindset that as long as we just keep our head down, keep winning, eventually they can't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at the age where I want to get busy now, man. It's time to make those fights that I deserve, man. I've been putting in the work for a very long time, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't say I don't have the credibility fights because I don't fought some guys who are world champion to this day. You know what I'm saying? Top guys. And I just feel like I'm ready now, man. You know what I'm saying? And me fighting Dakota, it probably would have hurt me too because, you know what I'm saying? I just did something that nobody really had done to him. fought some top guys. Some strong guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And so now it probably really made it worse for me. But I'm doing my job, man. That's it.
I mean, like, look, if you want to just compare, right? Because Dakota has 7 losses. In those 7 losses, he's been stopped 4 times, right? So you got him out of there in 4. Now, a couple years before that, Rashad Matthew was a big prospect for Matchroom Boxing. He stopped him, but it took him 9 rounds to do it.
Right.
And that's a guy that's got like money behind him.
Right.
Brandun Lee got him out of there one round before you did, right? In 3 rounds in 2020. But he beat Jose Vargas, who was a top, a name prospect, when he beat him. So, boxing fans may not know or who you are like to that degree, but if they just go look at the resume and they compare, you're gonna see that you did some things.
That's it, man. All you gotta do is just take the time. The internet is free, man. The search is, it takes nothing. Quick search and everything pops up, man. Everything pops up. There's no reason why
Look, I remember one time when I interviewed you, I pulled up resumes. You started doing the whole resume talk, and I had you run through your whole resume, right? So I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give the people one example, Tre'Sean, because I feel like people are gonna look at your record and they won't take the time to look at the context or anything, right? Because I think you're a really good fighter, right?
Appreciate you, brother.
So look, Tre'Sean Wiggins is this is Tre'Sean's resume, so you can see it's not an undefeated record. It's not a pretty record, But when I look at that record, I see a guy that's fought people. Anytime you see somebody with a record that looks like that, it means they fought somebody along the way, right? Right. But I'm gonna use Chris Howard as an example, right? Because Chris Howard was a guy that they signed the Broner fight with Chris Howard.
Right. Exactly. He was good enough to fight AB.
He was good enough to fight AB, right? He was good enough to fight AB. Now, listen, AB. In his prime, fantastic fighter. You got Chris Howard out of there in 1 round. I don't think Adrian Broner, with his lack of stamina and shape he's in these days, is going to get Chris Howard, who stays right on top of you, out of there in 1 round. I feel like that was a good win.
Right.
Right. Chris Howard. Even like look early in your career, like look at a guy like, let's say we'll use Samuel Taya, really good fighter. RIP to Samuel Taya, right? Yeah. Samuel Taya, showbox guy. We know he fought some guys. Samuel Taya,
right?
He beat Kenneth Sims Jr.
Right, and I fought him literally right after that fight. The fight
right
after
that fight, right? So he beat Kenneth Sims Jr. So he's riding a high, Samuel Taya, and then you fight him right after he beat Kenneth Sims, and we know Kenneth Sims. We know he's a top contender at 140. We just saw him fight on a Goldway Promotions out there in Chicago, headlining. So not
to mention I fought him in Philly.
In Philly, and he's a Philadelphia fighter. So, that's just like, if you guys take the time to go look at his resume and you know a little bit about boxing and these names, you'll know that Tre'Sean's fought. You fought Hitchins. Hitchins became a champion.
Yeah, right. I dropped Hitchins. That was a close fight, man. It was a better.
You dropped him?
Yeah, did I? In the 6th or 7th round. Yeah.
Did they count it?
Yo, did they? Check it out. It's up there.
Hold on, because I remember one time. Is that fight on YouTube? Because I was looking for it one time.
No,
I couldn't find it. You know how these promotional companies are.
I got the link. I got not the link, but I got the clip. So
send me the clip. Send me the clip, and then when I break this up, I'm gonna put it in there so people can see. Because I've always wanted to watch that fight.
Right. That's the only fight. That's the only fight that's happened.
So let me go ahead and put this on the screen because it actually does say it on Boxer. I didn't even realize that it said it on Boxer. So look, guys, back on Tre'Sean's resume. So this is Tre'Sean's resume, Boxer. You guys can go look it up. It's free. It's on the internet. Look, it's on the internet. Boxrec.com, guys. Tre'Sean fought Hitchins in 2019, and as you can see right there, if we highlight it right there, what does it say right there? It says Hitchins was down in the 7th round. And we all know that Hitchins has one of the best jabs in boxing today. It's not easy to get inside that jab, let alone drop him. So that right there, that in itself, you drop the guy who's a world champion now.
Right.
So,
but I don't take pride in that. I want to run it back because I know I can beat him, man. I was in a bad headspace. Not making no excuse. He was the better fighter that time. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm doing here. But I just know, man, my little brother was murdered. I tried to pull out of the fight. Floyd wouldn't let me. Yeah, he was like just being an asshole about it. Well, he's my friend, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I said, you know what? I tried to mentally psych myself into like, my brother would want me to do this, but I couldn't think. I couldn't focus like I should have been focused on that fight. you know, and it cost me the fight. You know what I mean? But I just know for sure I'm a way better fighter than I was then, and I can prove that for sure. Now he looked good his last fight for sure, phenomenal actually. But I just know I'm a better fighter than he. I just need the shot, man.
You see this shot. So listen, hopefully you get it. I'll tell you one guy I'd like to see you fight. Two guys, actually, yeah, two guys in particular that we haven't mentioned yet. I'd like to see you fight Brandun Lee. I like that fight because Brandun Lee's 30-0, and he ain't fought, I don't think, anybody at your caliber yet.
We asked Cameron Duncan to get that fight a while ago, and he said no, he won't fight southpaws or something like that.
Say he won't fight southpaws?
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know how true it is. You know what I mean? I fight him. I'll fight him because that's a fight that I thought that Will Madeira, I fought him in the amateurs twice. I thought that Will could have stopped him, and he dropped the ball.
Almost did. He almost did.
I'm a way bigger puncher than Will Madeira, man.
And then there's that fight, and then Romain Villa.
Yeah, I mean, I could care less about that fight, but I mean,
the only reason is because he fought Jaron Ennis, he fought Name, so like if you beat him, that's gonna be a feather in your cap, Right,
but they're gonna find. I'm just telling you, like like I know that they're gonna find another reason why it's not a good enough reason.
It's like he got 5 losses.
It's like I gotta get they call me over one night call, and then I gotta just be ready for it in order for that fight, a fight like that to happen. Because that shouldn't matter. Bozy called me like for the fight with Jahlil Hackett, and they went with Pete Dobson.
Talking about to fight Jahlil Hackett?
Yeah, I was because Manny had told him that I would fight. I wanted to fight that fight because I did. Me and Jahlil had little words back and forth, and I told him I'll take that fight. It was supposed to be on the Boots undercard. I think it was the last one, Boots undercard. Wait, not the last one, was it? Yeah.
It was last year. It was around this time last year. They fought Avenetian in Philly. And
I told him I would fight him, and then Bozy was like, "Yo, yeah, I heard you want this fight. Let's make it happen." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." And next thing you know, they text back saying, "Oh, they got an opponent already." So they must have went to Jahlil's team, and they didn't want it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. There's a lot of options. I'm really getting tired of talking about all these guys that you should be fighting. But all I could do is just use my little platform here on YouTube and be like, you know what, hey, give Tre'Sean Wiggins a shot, and then after that, it's up to you.
Right? Yeah, I know. I mean, I put the work in, bro. I'm always ready, and I never say no. So if anybody ever told you I said no, it's not true, man. You know what I'm saying? And they can't say it the same in a room with all of us together. Because I never duck no wreck, man, and I've always been wanting these fights. Not because I feel like I just need an opportunity. I just want the money. Listen, I'm good. I'm all right. I mean, I'm not rich right now, but I'm good. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? And I just want I know I can beat these guys, man. I always see the leaks in their game right before they get exposed, and then when people see it, they be like, "Yo, you just said this." I know I just said this, man. I ain't the one in there to finish the job.
Well, because you got a high IQ, you know boxing. Like I've talked to you about boxing. You definitely know your boxing.
Right. I mean, like I'm not gonna jump out the window and say, "Yo, I'm gonna whoop Crawford's ass." Because I know, you know what I'm saying. He's one of the best right now, man. But Boots, I just see so much holes in his game. He takes too many punches and too many chances to be in there taking a chance with a guy like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going in there to tuck my tail like Castile Clayton just went up there. He was doing good in camp. I went out there to spar with him to get ready for that fight. And I just knew he was going to do all right, and he just went there and tucked his tail. I mean, I don't know how bad the punch hurt because when I got hit by the head now, it's like I understand more.
You understand it a lot more, yeah.
Yeah, but I got up and I fought, man, and the stakes weren't even as high as that.
Yeah, that fight was on Showtime. I remember that fight.
Yeah.
Do you think these fighters are actually scared of Boots? Like, do you think they buy into the media hype of Boots?
I mean, I think so. I mean, because. Why else would they not want to take those fights? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearns is telling the truth about a lot of guys are ducking him. I'm not saying that's not the case, but he's not looking everywhere because you got a bunch of fighters like me that's dying for the opportunity to expose him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, they don't want you to try. They don't want you to expose him. He's the investment here.
I understand that, but I mean, if you can't match him with Crawford, if you know what I'm saying, if you can't even put him in there with a guy like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make myself to where I'm not not so much of a high risk, low reward. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get the wins under my belt to where it look. You know what I'm saying? That fight with Dakota should let the networks to show the networks, yo, I am the one that's gonna. I got that fight in me. You know what I'm saying? I've been knocking everybody else, so it's been hard to tell. But if I have to, I will go through the fire, and I just proved that with Dakota, man. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. It's definitely out there.
So go watch it. It's one of the best fights of the year. It's definitely one of the top 5 best fights I've seen. You know, I watch a lot of boxing, so you know it's one of those fights. And like I said, Linger isn't one of those guys that you just run right through. Nobody runs right through him
at all, man. And when he got up from that punch, I felt the shock down the arm, man, which I haven't felt in a long time. Man, I knew I put him out, and when he stood up, I was like, "Oh my, what is this dude made of, man?" Seriously, he really got up. He got up, but it's just that he wasn't able. He was gonna get finished that round, but he still got up. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? He's not no lay down type of guy. He's tough.
No, correct. What do you think about, I guess, like the current state of the welterweight division? Because you got like Brian Norman Jr., you got Devin Haney in the fold now, Barrios, Pacquiao, the Irish guys, Paddy, Donovan, and Lewis Crocker. What do you make of the division now?
I mean, it's wide open. It's wide open. You know, now that Brian Norman is probably the better ones right now of the division. You know what I mean? And he's gonna walk right through Devin Haney. Ooh. Believe me when I tell you, man.
I'm with you.
He can box, but the Norman right now is at the top of his game, man. He would be the one that is going to give me a good, solid, tough fight. You know what I mean? But Lewis Crocker, man, those guys are trash, man. I just feel like Eddie Hearns are backing these guys because, you know what I'm saying?
They sell tickets in Ireland where they're fighting.
Yeah, which I respect it too, man. But Pacquiao is like, why did he get to come out of 6 years or however many years he was retired and just get a shot at Barrios when you got guys like me who just
money? It's money.
I mean, Barrios, that's the easiest fight to make. I mean, the easiest fight. I thought he would take a fight with me before he take a fight with anybody else because he's the weakest link of the champions.
Yeah. You know, credit to him for getting a belt, but like I've always been pretty open about it that I think Mario Barrios is probably the weakest champion in the whole sport of boxing right now.
Seriously, and it's not just talk bad about him because, you know what I'm saying, he's a fighter and he's definitely doing his thing, but he's going to try to hold on to that title as long as possible. So he's going to take the Pacquiaos and he's going to try to take the. So I'm trying to hopefully I can get that type of fight versus anything.
The last time Barrios fought someone that you could say is kind of like on a similar career path as he was the fight right before against Abel Ramos, and you know he was lucky to get out of that fight with a draw.
Barely survived that fight, man. Like, oh man, you can't make it up, man. But I'm willing to open my range, man. I'm trying to, if I got to go to 140 to 147, I mean to 154, man, to at least get any shot I can get, man. That's what it's boiling down to because I can make those weights. Remember, I was a natural 140 pounder. I went up to 147 for the opportunity and kind of got stuck when I was winning the title.
Yeah, you dropped when you dropped Hitchins. That was at 140.
Yeah, yep. I dropped in and I fought Samuel Tia. Then I went right back to Philly and fought Brandun Pizarro. You know, and Philly.
That 5-fight run is, you know, hold on, I gotta put that on the screen. That's a crazy 5-fight run. That's insane. Like because boxing fans, they always talk about guys don't want to fight. Especially like, you know, some of the foreign boxing fans that say, "Oh, these Americans don't want to fight." Look at this 5-fight run. So look, forget the results. You fight Hitchins, right? You drop Hitchins,
right?
Lose a fight to him. It was close though. Look, like 77-74, 77-74, like close fight.
On the Mayweather card.
So keep that in mind. But you drop Hitchins in a good fight. You beat Samuel Tia in his backyard. Then you run it. Then the next fight you fight Brandun Pizarro, who was a hyped up prospect in his backyard. Yeah. Then you fight Myquan Williams, who was undefeated. Myquan Williams was a big prospect on Pro Box. He was ranked. He wound up being ranked at was it 140?
Yeah, 140.
And then you did get stopped by Alberto Palmetta. But Palmetta's a good fighter too. But I'm saying, like, I mean, you fought back to back to back. Like, none of those guys is soft touches. Like, if you would have just fought one or two of them, if you fought 5 of them.
And honestly, and I was winning that fight with Palmetta, man. He dropped me, and I wanted it was a lot of back stuff behind that fight, and I was trying to get a rematch. If it's pointless to get a rematch now, that being that he's just where he's at now, you know, because if he was still ahead of me, like as far as like in the WBA ranking, I was willing to get a rematch because I was whooping him, man, with outboxing him alone, man. He clipped me with a shot right before I can get my start, right before I can get started, he clipped me with a shot, and then my coach listened to my cousin and threw a towel. It was a bunch of weird stuff, which was dumb because I had cut him and it was past the 5th round.
I want to highlight this too. I want to highlight this too. Tre'Sean is when so Palmetta actually wound up beating Janelson Figueroa, right? And this is right before Janelson Figueroa, as you can see on the screen, fought Brian Norman Jr. And we know he dropped Brian Norman Jr. And that was looking to be a tough fight for Brian. That was a learning fight for him. So the evidence is there. I'm showing you the evidence. I'm trying to put people on game and raise awareness that there are fighters out there, just because you never heard of them, that can fight, that are willing to step to the plate. And Tre'Sean Wiggins is one of those guys.
Right. I mean, I feel like I'm the easiest fight to make, man, because I don't come with a lot of strings attached, and I don't come with a lot of, you know, these guys making all these demands and all. I just want to fight, man. The fight, pay me good, man, and give me these fights, man. I'm with it. I'm the easiest one to make a fight with, man. I can't make him get in the ring though.
No, you can't. But hopefully, you get your opportunity. But Tre'Sean, I'm gonna let you go, man. I just wanted to, put people on game and let you talk a little bit and get your name out there some more, because you did have a great fight against Dakota Linger, and it should be talked about more. Any final message you want to give to the boxing world about just where you're at right now and where you want to go?
Man, for all y'all out there that's saying people are ducking these top guys in the top 10 or they don't want to fight each other. You got fighters like me, man, the real trigger, man. I'm trying to fight any and everybody. Line them up, and I'm gonna knock them down. You see, that's what I've been doing. I haven't lost in like almost 5 years, like I said I wouldn't, and I don't think I'm gonna lose for the next 5 years. So, clock that, man.
There you go, Tre'Sean Wiggins. Thank you.
All right, brother.
All right.